so we're gonna go see what we can do now.
The terrain that we hunt elk in southern Colorado is very steep, mountainous. A lot of the peaks are over 12,000 feet elevation. We cover a lot of ground while elk hunting. We bugle from high vantage points, try to locate a bull from a distance, get the wind in our favor, move in closer, and try to call him in with cow calls. Once we get close to a bull, the shooter goes ahead 80 to 100 yards in front of the caller. A lot of times this will give the bow hunter a nice close shot as the caller, who's 100 yards back, will bring the elk right by the shooter. This small spike came into the calling, but the big bull was just over the hill, just out of sight of the camera. The wind shifted, all the elk smelled us, and we were done for the day. This is another small spike bull we called in one morning right at first light. Whether you're in the north, south, east, or west, bobcats are always a cool thing to see. We see turkeys quite often in the high country as well. These are Merriam's turkeys, different subspecies than what we have in the east. We always see a lot of mule deer, aptly named for their oversized ears, and their antler configuration is a little different. The back tines fork, and then the main beam forks again, as you'll see on this one buck. On this particular morning, we were elk hunting, but we happened upon this herd of mule deer. We saw them before they saw us, and Steve had a mule deer tag in his pocket. We had mule deer on all sides of us. There was only one buck in the group, so I knew if Steve was presented a shot, he was going to take it. Steve is downhill of me, probably about 15 yards away from me. Different view from the cameraman.
All right, Steve, first mule deer buck.
Got a glimpse of something just to the right. Mule deer doe coming in, 2 of them. So we watched them come up to about 45, 50 yards, and we can see a third deer behind them about 75, 80 yards. So they're all picking their way up. And the mule deer doe finally get up above us, and he's still kind of just slowly making his way, not really coming the same route as the does. started to go uphill just a little bit. I mean, I could have shot him as soon as he came out from that tree on either side, but I was drawn back forever because I could just see him moving. And he stepped right out and held the pin good and shot and dropped him. Here he is. Cute little 4-pointer. First deer in velvet ever. First muley. Pretty happy.
After we got Steve's mule deer packed out to the truck, we didn't drive down the road 2 miles, and these bucks were standing in a little clear cut on the side of the road. After we got the mule deer taken care of, we turned our focus back to elk for the evening hunt. We happened upon this herd of elk in an aspen valley on their feet feeding just before dark.
Nice bowl. Nice bowl.
It is important to call to the elk right after you shoot. This will relax the rest of the herd, and the elk that you shot usually will not travel nearly as far.
Did you get him, buddy?
Oh, I drilled him.
Congratulations.
So I was about 35 yards. I was all drawn back waiting for him. He came in, I'm holding on his shoulder. Takes another step and gets right there. Pull.
I heard it hit him.
Arrow just went chalk. Right shot perfect.
Yeah. Oh, you did a beautiful shot on him.
Beauty.
What do you think of that, Steve?
It's pretty frickin' sweet.
Well, that's a unique bull there, Steve.
Well, they can't all come in bugling, I guess.
That's a great shot.
We were
It's a
just
year.
still hunting today, trying to play the wind.
No bugling.
We walked right onto a pile of elk. I never saw the cows till after I shot him. As you guys said there was a pile of cows down here. He was down here with them, and they were just kind of milling around. I think they were feeding either that or they wanted to go where we were, but were a little hesitant on coming up the hill because they could hear something. Jeremy started cow calling behind me. I slipped up about 25 yards, maybe 30. You could see the bull coming. We broke a couple more branches, and that just sealed the deal right there. He started coming up a little further, came right into a lane. I drew back, holding, waiting for him. Pow.
Yeah.
Shot him only 30 yards up there.
Nice high double lunger. He
Like
didn't
25.
He didn't run 30 yards.
30 yards bedded. He had all his other cows and that spike bull were down here with him, just hanging out. And finally, they either winded us or
Kind of a
Or
weird
something.
deal there on his horn. Broke it
they all
off.
took off. He tried to get up and he just didn't have it. Happened fast.
Little relieved now, are you, Steve?
A little relieved, a little excited, a little wired right now.
This is Shane's first elk hunt here in Colorado. He shot a bull the 3rd day in the woods. He thinks this is easy now.
Oh yeah.
There was a ton of elk. It was a lot of fun. Gotta find your arrow on the other side. I don't know if you're laying on it or. I got him walking right up that lane. And
I thought
yeah, you could hear it. You hear that meaty thud.
I thought that I may have hit him a little further back, but I knew I was up and down pretty much mid-shift. I waited for that front shoulder to clear and pow.
4 mule deer. Jeremy says they're all does. And that's just him. I can't zoom in anymore.
3 big does and a fawn. Right here.
I sure cannot think of a better place to be the month of September than the Rocky Mountains of southern Colorado. Beautiful country. With Steve tagged out, now it was my turn to hunt. We returned to this one mountain where I'd had an encounter with a huge bull just a couple days earlier.
How big was he? From the limb tip? Here we go.
thought we heard a distant bugle, 600-700 yards down into the dark timber, so we went after him.
Nice legal balls here.
Perfect. 19 days of hunting.
I had to arc it over that log.
I stopped him right in between that big spruce and that little spruce right there.
Standing right there.
He looks like a 4x4.
I could just see he was legal ball. He had nothing on his right side.
He stopped right there. I had to aim. I had my pin on 25 yards, and I aimed right at the top of that log, and I cleared it by about 1.5 inches and went whap, right. I think it blew right through it.
He came right down through here.
I love this, man. 4x4. Well, ladies and gentlemen back home, this is one hard-earned elk. We hunted some hard to kill this elk. 19 solid days of hunting. Steve killed his first bull the 9th at 7:30 in the morning. That was the main goal of the trip. Then it's been over 10 days of nothing. We've heard a couple bugles. It's been tough. Haven't been able to get on them. Yeah, I just haven't been bugling at all. This one came in silent. It's right near the end of the trip. We are whooped.
We're ready.
Let me tell you, we're going to be whooped after we get him out of here. It's about 3.5 miles back in here to this elk right now.
Probably, yeah, about
Thank you,
3
buddy.
miles as the crow flies to the vehicle.
The arrow hit him about where I thought I did, just above center. It was a downhill shot. I'm sure it came out a little lower on the other side. That's why he didn't bleed that much. Haven't found the arrow. I don't know if it's up there, if it did a complete pass-through or what, but we got him. September 22nd, 10 of 9 in the morning right now. Been broken down and all the packs are headed out. Oh, we got them all down here. Wheelers right there. Long road out. The last load. Just starting to rain. Saw a whistle pig up the road.
Really?
He was like blonde woodchuck, like this big. What do you think? Think we're ready to head back to Vermont? Well, we're leaving. Just picked up the dry ice, doing the long drive. Hi folks, I'm Jeremy Ballantyne. Thanks for watching In Pursuit 365 on Vermont Television Network, Duncan Cable, Channel 28.
Blood just running down the stream.
Yeah.
It's the first morning of moose season here, October 19th.
Really wound up right